I can't see the feed or the chat. I can only see. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Snowflake Show. Apologies for us to be a couple 15 minutes late, but as you know, technical difficulties. We're still new to this. We're still getting our heads around this. This is the second episode, obviously, of the Snowflake Show. Just want to start by saying a big thank you to everybody who has liked and has shared our first live stream from last week. It really does mean a lot to us. We had over 40 views, and for a first show and a first YouTube channel, it's absolutely fantastic. So thank you, each and every one of you who has liked and shared the video, and all the feedback that we've had. It's been greatly appreciated. Just before we get right down into the deeper things, just going to plug a couple of things. As you guys know, if you want to help support us, if you really want to keep this going, or perhaps maybe even in the future we might want to do 2 live streams a week, well, if in order for you guys to do that, we need your support. So if you click that like button down below, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you hit the notification icon, you'll know every time we go live as well. So sometimes we might be doing a secret live stream that you don't know about, and you find out through your notification. And finally, if you guys, one more thing that can definitely help us is, of course, sharing it. Sharing it across our social media platforms also helps, gives us more visibility and attracts more eyes to the channel. So any of those things are greatly appreciated. And once again, thank you to those who have already done that. It's been another week. Nothing's happened there, obviously, as usual. Because last week nothing too much happened either, did it? No, we quiet again. Yeah, just drop in the chat if you can't hear Lee, guys. If you guys can't hear him, just let us know in the chat if there's anything with the microphone on that. But yeah, so nothing happened at all. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, Ginger. All right, thanks for picking that out. Just while. Yeah, I could do that. Just want to say good evening to those who come here. So Ben Shaw's, good evening. Gingers, thank you for coming. And Lefty Boater, thanks guys for coming in. Obviously, greatly appreciated. So obviously last Wednesday we had, of course, we were talking about Liz Truss, the new Prime Minister, and obviously we had the new cabinet. And then obviously the next day after our live stream, the Queen died. So obviously everything, the world stops turning, time stops. Everyone's supposed to be in a time of national mourning, of course. It's pretty big news, to be fair, because kind of everything, we're not allowed to talk about anything but the Queen, apparently, and the new King, Lee. Do you want to try again with your microphone? Maybe the chat can hear you this time. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, okay. We're having one of those days. So obviously, Queen Elizabeth II, who has one of the longest serving reign monarchs for 75 years, obviously, she died peacefully in Balmoral. Said that the family was by her bedside, obviously, but obviously we're not 100% sure on that. I just want to kind of, while Lee's sorting out his microphone, I'll give you guys just a bit of an insider scoop. So I work in retail, and we, a couple of months, about nearly 6 months ago actually, lots of retailers got this POS operation called London Bridge. Some of you may have already heard it. And the idea was to have it ready in the event of the Queen passing away. Basically, all stores, everybody just to kind of be on standby if that was ever to happen. And obviously, at her age, 96 years old, quite frankly, you know, with all due respect, you know, at such an age, you do well to live past your 90s, to be fair. So we basically, like us, like lots of retailers up and down the country, they've had this operation in place for a long time, so that everyone can kind of be prepared and be ready for it. I wasn't working the day the Queen died, but obviously my colleagues had to stay much later than usual to get everything set up on that day, and it was very emotional for them, and it was quite a shock, really, because obviously, like other retailers, like everyone else, you're all scrambling to like, what's going to happen, what are we going to do, and all this kind of stuff. So sure, obviously they decided we will, as a mark of respect in our the company that I work for, we didn't trade on Friday. So what did I do on Friday? I could have done lots of things, but I actually, believe it or not, while Lee's still working on his microphone, I actually went down to Buckingham Palace, believe it or not. Yes, I did. I actually went down there, and because I kind of wanted to get a gauge of what the kind of reaction would be to how people generally feel. So I spent, say, about a good couple of hours down at Buckingham Palace and Hyde Park, just to kind of get a feel for the area, and it was quite manic. You know, I've never seen Buckingham Palace so manic before. They had like tents. There was like tents like all around the main circle, obviously, because obviously you got news coverage from all over the world, because obviously it's a massive deal, obviously, and it was quite a surreal moment. I didn't lay flowers and a card, and I'm glad I didn't. Not because I didn't want to pay respects. That's not the reason why. The reason is I didn't want to wait 3-4 hours to get in the queue yet to do that. So that's the only reason why I didn't pay my respects. But it was an interesting to be down there to see visibly, like, people waiting for the King, to see King Charles come. I didn't stay to see the King. I would have had to wait a couple more hours, and I didn't want to wait any more than I wanted to. But I kind of wanted to get a gauge for the feel. It wasn't so much about crying, tears, that kind of thing. It was more of just the occasion, the moment of it, because it is such a big occasion, and to reflect on her life and what she and her reign as the monarch, and just finally the other thing, obviously when I went to Hyde Park, they did a 96 gunfire to celebrate. So they said it was supposed to be 96 gunfire every minute, but it turned out to be every 10 seconds. So that was pretty cool, listening to that gunshots going boom, 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 constantly going off like that. It was a bit of a surreal experience, that was. So it was an interesting day, I would say, to be down there, to say the least. Lee, do we have you back yet?
I believe so. You can. I think. Yeah, it looks like it. If everybody can tell me where
the
they're
chat
at,
can confirm they can hear Lee. That would be greatly appreciated.
Just that's interesting, because my wife works in retail. She didn't know about that. But then again, the department she's in probably didn't have one. But
it was very high level, like only like top managers and all that kind of know. But because of the store that we had, when it came in, there was only 3 members of management. We had 4 members of management, but 3 of them knew, and I was one of them that actually knew about it.
Right.
So, Lefty has confirmed that you are loud and clearly.
Thanks, Lefty. Let's go back to the text just quickly. So I think you've read Lefty Boat, Ben Shaw. Evening, guys. So Ginger's Jar says taking lessons from Marcus about being on time. Yeah. Lefty Boat says I love technical difficulties. Yeah. It's YouTube gold. Technical difficulties, fixing them on live online.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Ben Shaw says they definitely had the soundtracks ready in the shops. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you what I've noticed though is that because at first, the first day, it was like LBC was just every global station, which is like in a owns LBC and loads of pop stations, like Capital and others around the country. All those stations were just playing LBC, which was so you're trying to find something, and you go on the other stations, it was all like really kind of sad songs, or there was no sort of pop. I think Kiss and History changed. They were just playing the same songs on both stations, I think it was. And so you got, and a lot of the other local stations just playing rolling news coverage. So literally that was all it was. And then the next day it seemed to be the same. I don't think LBC wasn't all over everywhere, but it was. They were all the pop stations were playing, sad songs.
In my shop that I work in, we don't actually have any music system,
right.
But obviously I know other stores that do, and they don't have any like joyful or anything music. It's all somber,
yeah,
music being played, all that kind of stuff. And pretty much on the night that the Queen died, pretty much every single store they all had the banners up saying, out of respect for the Queen and all that kind of stuff. So it's been planned. It's been planned. It's been coming. I think the thing is that people weren't know. I mean, obviously they knew she was going to die at some point, and obviously at her age it could have been any time. But I think the fact that she's actually gone, I think it's kind of like, whoa, she's actually gone. Then and then you start hearing the media calling Prince Charles King Charles, and it's like,
oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was very weird.
You're referring to him as the king, or the king is going to do it, and you're like, whoa, what is this? Still, that's going to take a bit of time, I think, to get used to.
Absolutely, Lefty Bow. It says false morning. That's exactly what it was. False morning.
But I tell you what, the radio stations, I don't know if people complained about it, but they've gone back to playing like normal pop music now. There's none of that stuff. When when he said there was going to be 10 days of mourning, I was like, oh my god, I can't put over this 10 days.
Yeah.
My wife's French, so she put French news on the day and the French TV. Well, literally all the channels were just like all over it. Just everything was just that. And you're like, God, I can't even escape it. The guy from work, he's got
Macron. Fair play to Macron, though, French president.
Yeah,
he
very
delivered
good.
a fantastic speech. Boris Johnson, for all the crap that he's done, he actually delivered a decent speech in the House of Commons. Yeah, I know. I did say that. Yeah, that does not mean I'm a fan of Boris Johnson. I still absolutely hate his guts.
Liz Truss's speech was better. I thought Liz Truss's speech was very funny.
Piers Morgan delivered a pretty good speech on Talk TV as well.
I don't want to watch that.
I know he's we know what he is, but there have been some very, very nice speeches from people about the Queen, I think, to be fair. So give credit where credit is due. I just want to point this out here, just for the record. Like, I'm not for the monarch. I do believe that we need to change the system, because the fact that we as taxpayers are paying towards these people to have entitlements is something that we should not be doing. Something that our current Prime Minister once said.
Yeah, and also they're not going to. The king is only going to isn't going to have to pay the 40% tax, inheritance tax that anybody else would do on the money that he's going to get from his inheritance. So, yeah. Well, anyway, but the one rule for them, one rule for us. But that's the way it is.
That's pretty much it. But
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll just keep an eye and just see how things develop with the whole monarchy stuff. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to until the funeral. Obviously, on Monday, it's just going to be wall-to-wall coverage. But I think once the funeral finally happens, because practically the whole of the UK is going to be practically shut down on Monday.
Yeah.
But once that day is passed, there will be more of pointing out the cost of living crisis. War in Ukraine, which is some interesting developments have obviously taken place, which we will discuss, of course. So it'd be nice to kind of get outside that window, because obviously, yes, of course, we're sad the Queen's gone, we want to pay our respects and all that, but there is a way to do it, and I just think sometimes the way this is being done is kind of being rammed down the country, everyone's throats, and we don't want it rammed down our throats.
It's like Ben, like you said, first morning says Leslie Bolter. Managed to escape it, thankfully. Ben Shaw says, you will be sad. Sorry. Leslie Bolter says, the big blue supermarket near me. Which one's that? Near me hasn't had any music on all week. Yeah, my wife works in a supermarket, not that one. The yellow one. Yellow and black one. No, it's yellow and green now. Yellow and green one. And they've had all the music turned off, and also they had the beepers on the automatic, the self-serve tills were turned off, which apparently caused a lot of confusion. People trying to sort of swipe the thing, and it's not beeping. But also, she was telling me that they turned up. They told them not to use a tannoy, the PA system. So if anybody needed to get hold of another member of staff, they had to run around the shop trying to find them. And then quietly say, "Can you just come over here? Clean up on aisle 2." I don't know. Yeah. So it was.
There was a cycle lane closed out of respect for the Queen.
Was it Wetherspoons?
The Premier League games were shut down because
mental.
out of respect for the Queen. But obviously the cricket can carry on, because obviously that's important.
Football I can kind of understand, because in a way, because there's a lot of policing, they weren't sure how the country was going to react.
That is true. From the police, I think, from the police point of view, because the police have just got their absolute hands full completely. I think there was even supposed to be a Champions League game. I think Arsenal was supposed to have a Champions League game against PSV, and that got postponed because they just didn't have enough police force to be there, so they can't do the game.
Wetherspoons had they switched off the condom machine in the toilets out of respect for the Queen. There's a great one. Was it Anne Summers? They had like a big picture of the Queen and thank you, Mum, and all this sort of stuff.
Yes, I heard this. Yes,
immediately brought a load of sex toys.
Yeah. And then, my friend was telling me about this earlier today. She said, like below it, they had like black lingerie on offer or something.
Yeah. It's just adverts rolling across. So it's just like rabbit going across, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure the Queen would approve of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, show mark of respect. Well, I just realised, before we move on, is there anything else you wanted to say about that? Because sorry, I dived in there, but. Anything else you want to say about
I mean, I think there's plenty of like. I'd also recommend. There's a great clip from video on Politics Joe. They have a clip of some of the funniest stuff, paid homage to the Queen and all that kind of stuff. So they had like this Arsenal legend. I think it's Ray Parlour or something. When he's drinking like a shot or something out of respect for the Queen. There was obviously Dan Wogan. Dan
Wootton. Yes. I wonder if he queued for 3 hours so he could fake his. Of
course he didn't.
Did you see the tweet? Did you see the tweet of that? Somebody was stood next to him when he did it, and he basically said that he did it 3 times with your mate and kept checking it every single time afterwards, and said, God. Make sure you focus on me doing the praying. And he just walked away like that. Just,
dear. And then, of course, Nigel Farage being smart, doing it at 2 a.m. at night so he could avoid the milkshakes. So very, very, very smart from him, because obviously everybody's got a milkshake ready for him.
The milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, apparently.
It is. It really, really does, guys, if you haven't already.
Yeah. What was I going to... I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter.
That's all right. I'm sure we guys will come back a bit round to it anyway. Yeah. Good evening, Daily Blase.
Daily Blase. Dan Four takes water. Well. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Damn. This. So obviously, the main funeral is on Monday.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to add on that before we move on?
No, but we do need to. Oh, well, we got a new king, so we didn't really discuss the.
Oh,
king.
that's right, King. Oh, so Larry the Cat. Sorry, I should have paid my respects to Larry the Cat. Sorry for.
Well, what's happened to Larry the Cat?
Oh, I thought he was the king. Oh no, it's
Oh
Charles.
right.
Is it?
Oh no, King Charles.
Oh, it's actually Charles
III.
instead. Oh no, it should have been Larry.
Charles III
Okay.
rhymes with. Well, it's like Richard III, isn't it? I'm going for a Richard III. Going for a Richard.
Yeah, I mean, people are kind of mocking like the videos of some of the 1 or 2 videos of him lately, and I think like for me, it's like I know there's definitely a lot of criticism of him, and rightfully so for things he's done and said in the past. But it's the thing, right? The guy has just lost his mother. He's had no time to breathe. He's constantly been doing stuff after stuff after stuff after stuff. He's perfectly entitled to be a little bit upset right now because he can't get a breather right now. No, he's not like his mother, clearly, and it's driving him. It would drive me insane. It would drive any normal human insane. You lose your mother and you're being paraded around from place to place to place, and everybody saying, "I'm so sorry for your loss," following your mother's coffin and hearing it non-stop.
Well, it drags on for. Yeah, it drags on for over a week,
day of
doesn't
breathing,
it?
So for all those people who are kind of like, this is, him kind of going off on a tangent about the pen being moved and all that. Like,
he's under a lot of stress at the moment. You can
give him a breather.
Yeah.
Like, just remember, put into perspective when you see those clips. Yeah, this guy lost his mother, and he's been non-stop on his feet around the clock. Yeah, because he's been proclaimed king. Yeah, so just there is a bit of human to him, as much as I know. No, we have a egregious, but he is still a human being, and he has lost his mum. And anyone who knows what it's like to lose a mum, obviously you want to grieve, and obviously it's very hard for him to do that when he's being paraded around everywhere. So just put that in mind, when you see those clips of him. To be fair, but once this is all over, I'm sure he'll finally be able to kind of just get a moment or so just to kind of take things in and maybe start taking some responsibility for his role.
Right.
Yeah, just wanted to put that in there. Yeah. It's just something I've been waiting to get off my chest.
Right.
People were saying like, he's been, he's taking things so seriously. Like the guy lost his mum for crying out loud.
Well, you know what? So, we forgot one thing. So let's do it now.
Ooh, it's the news, and this ain't about the monarchy.
So that bit wasn't news. They just talked about that bit. This is news. This is important stuff now. I honestly don't know which one we're doing now. I've forgotten Should you just go through? Do you want to read the chats out while I just get the running order back up?
Yeah, we can get the running order back up. And did we want to head towards Ukraine? We can head towards.
Yeah, if you want to do. Are you going to read the? Do you want to read the chats out?
Just Daily Blase saying good evening. Lefty Boat saying
Daily Blase.
Daily Blase. Ben Shaw, obviously, Ben Shaw's still here, so it's great to see everybody here. Obviously, if you guys get a chance to share it, it'd be much appreciated, of course. So shall we head towards Ukraine?
Yes.
Lee. Okay, so this story is from yesterday. Obviously, it is still in development, obviously, but it's really good, positive news. So there's been quite a few different reports, obviously. And that is obviously Ukraine may have the chance to throw Russia out, military analysts say. Now, actually, just an added development before I just go into a bit more detail on this story. There's actually been reports, this is unconfirmed reports, that Russian families Russian soldiers who have families in Crimea are actually trying to sell up their houses and to go back to Russia.
Right.
So they're desperately trying to sell their houses and get out of Crimea. So there's a distinct possibility that if the counter-offensive keeps going, they may be able even to push into Crimea. And obviously that would be a significant victory for Ukraine if they could push that far. We'll just go from this article from yesterday. So what has been happening in Ukraine? So Ukraine's military has had a chance of removing Russia's troops from all the territory they have claimed since February, so they have a chance of doing it. Senior military analyst has told Sky News. So Professor Michael Clark has said that development would be a huge victory, adding that while recent gains in Kharkiv are important, retaking Kherson in the south would be very significant. It just sits north of the Crimea Peninsula and is the only Ukrainian city that Moscow has captured. And that is true. They've only captured one city.
Right.
Were Ukraine to take it back, the whole Crimea, which Russia annexed in 2014, would be in range of Kiev's artillery and missiles. So that's a big significance because obviously they've been using missiles and then artillery, obviously, to gun down from a distance, and obviously we want to clamp down on that. That could make Crimea impossible for Russians to operate from, the military added. Signs are emerging that the Russian defence incursion is beginning to crumble and troops may be running out of ammunition. The Ukrainians have got momentum on their side and in battle. Momentum matters hugely. There are reports, unconfirmed, but a lot of them, the local ceasefires or local surrenders are being arranged, particularly in the north of the Kherson sector, Professor Clark says. The Russians seem to be out of food and everything. Once they run out of ammunition, they've got no choice but to surrender and run. And they can't run because they can't get across the Dnipro River.
Dnipro.
So,
Sorry,
thank you.
Dnipro River.
It's all right. He added that the Russians are clearly under pressure and they may not crack in the same way as they cracked in the Donbass regions. I'll just finish on this final bit, I won't read the whole article, but I really just a few more bits. But the troops of the Russians have got in Kherson are better quality troops in general. So if they do crack in that area, they would be very significant. At some stage, the Ukrainian offense will run out of steam, but not for a while yet. So a lot has changed, obviously, in this war. This war's been going on for a fairly long time now. Ever since they invaded, we've had there was the very fall of the capital falling, of course, when they were really much under siege. As Ukraine have been able to hold, they've been able to stand up and fight. And if it wasn't for a lot of, I think, without a doubt, when you think about where it was at the start of this, the whole happened with Crimea is actually what's kind of benefited Ukraine for this, because they always had the separatists, is it Russian separatists, that where they were having conflicts with from Crimea all the way to build up to this very war. And that's obviously given the Ukrainian army military experience, so that's obviously benefited them. But I think what's happened over the last month or two, in particular, has been the supply of weapons, the supply of training, the supply of all the support equipment and things that they've been getting from, in particular, from Britain, from EU nations, from America, obviously going through third parties and all that kind of thing, not directly, because obviously they're trying to keep Russia sort of happy or something, I don't know. But obviously they're getting everything that they need to be able to defend themselves. And it's the other thing that this has done, which is also quite significant here, is that Russia are being exposed here. And I watched a video yesterday about this. So I don't know if you've seen the report. Armenia got attacked by Azerbaijan recently, or there was an attack recently. Yeah. Now, I believe that they're kind of protected by Russia by some extent. I don't know the full story, so so correct me if I'm wrong.
This is before before February, before he attacked Ukraine, isn't it? I think.
No, this was just recent.
Oh right, okay.
If I have the article, I'll put it up on our Discord server if you guys want to check it out. But basically, Azerbaijan has started some. I don't know if it's like a military invasion, but they've started some. There's obviously conflicts of interest going on there, but obviously, any allies of Russia, nobody would touch anyway because of Russia's might. Well, Russia's might are being exposed here, because if Russia had the military power and the military might, everyone knows they would be able to push in. They haven't done that, and instead, what you're seeing is lack of equipment, lack of soldiers, lack of food, lack of rationing, and the pictures are there online for you to see. You only need to go on social media. You can see tanks and supply equipment have been abandoned. They're just running for their lives, and they're running out of supplies all of a sudden. This kind of exposes Russia, and this could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. Lee, what's your take on the situation?
Have you seen that? There was a couple of days ago. On Russian state TV, there was a conversation with several different people, regarding it, and you've got people who are obviously very much pro Putin, You got some with links to the military. And then this one guy, I can't remember who he was. I think he was from the Duma or what, whether he was just a commentator. But he basically said that they're not going to win the war. They're not going to beat Ukraine. They need to negotiate or they need to mobilize. Now, whether I don't know if Russia can mobilize, because if they're buying equipment from North Korea and Iran because they haven't got enough of their own equipment, and they're leaving it all in Ukraine as well, the Ukrainians see it pick up, then I can't see how they can actually take the fight back to Ukraine. I think the people on there were saying, there was interesting because one of the guys was like, well, I think we need to educate the Ukrainians. The reason why we've lost is because we're talking about why they don't exist. Ukraine doesn't exist. The culture, the language, everything doesn't exist. So we need to educate them about what it would be like living in under Russia, as part of Russia. And it's like, well, you're missing the whole point there. But the guy who said that we can't win the war, he said the Russians are we had a general who basically told everyone that we'd walk into to Ukraine, and they'd be into Odessa, and they'd be hugging us. The Ukrainians would be hugging us as liberators. And he said that 2 days later that was obvious. That wasn't the case, and yet he's still there, and he's still telling everybody that we can still win this war. It's just going to take a bit longer, and it's like, so I don't know, but I think the attitude, the rhetoric in Russia seems to be changing. Maybe a more defeatist attitude. I don't know, less sort of.
I think what they're saying is that they're kind of regroup. What the media are actually saying is that they're regrouping, reorganising, rather than saying that they're retreating. Sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what they saw. But they're also they're showing on
about the pushback.
Yeah, but they can see on maps. They see on
we're
maps.
We're just regrouping. We're not retreating. We're just regrouping.
But
they're not saying that they're going to take it back, but they're saying they're regrouping, so they make it look like, oh.
Yeah, there was a letter sent by, I think it was 17. Initially, he said it was 18. I think it's 17 deputies from major cities, St. Petersburg, Moscow, calling for Putin to resign. So what the impact of that will be, I don't know, and whether that'll have an impact on them. They said that the letter they wrote was within the law. They were very careful not to mention the war or anything else or criticise the army. But they said they're kind of playing sailing close to the wind, I would say, with that. But I think there's a guy who does a stream called Russia Today, and he kind of he does some. Well, he doesn't criticise. He just kind of talks about things in a way that shows that he's not happy about it, without actually criticising or mentioning certain things that he can't mention. But he was talking about there's the mayor of Moscow is apparently very popular, and he's kept out of the political side of things. And he might be somebody that the opposition can kind of rally round, or he might be sort of keeping his powder dry in order to push for if things go south for Putin, whether he could push for getting in there, because apparently he's very, very popular within Moscow. He's sort of rebuilt Moscow, made it into more a modern city, despite all the issues with Putin. So. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think we'll see with that. I think Ukraine, we'll have to see over the next few weeks, because Russia's still moved most of its its best military down towards the south to tackle the what we know was like distraction, counter offensive in order to clear the northeast. Whether they then push back up, whether Russia brings in more vehicles from across the border and more troops, we'll have to see. But apparently they're not sending more. The Ukrainians are saying the Russians haven't been sending more troops in. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Shall we have a quick look? Shall we go to the next article then?
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the next one? I think it was Pakistan, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we're going to go from one. So we're going to go from. So I would say that was still a positive, but obviously wars are terrible.
Just
obviously,
before you start, Daily Blase says surely Putin will be toast as leader if Russia loses. What would you determine as a loss, though? Unless they pull out or lose Crimea, I don't think Russia will ever try and.
I think he'll try to spin it somehow.
Yeah, but if they lose Crimea, they can't spin that. That is a massive loss. If they pull out if they get kicked out of the whole of Ukraine or most of it, that's a huge loss, isn't it?
He's on a tightrope now.
Mm.
But we'll keep an eye on it, definitely, for sure. So we're going to go from Ukraine. Obviously, we're going to go to Pakistan, and obviously, I'm sure you guys are fully aware of the situation over there. It's really, really bad. I can't, it's just a horrible state of affairs that they're in right now, and they need help. And it's all well and good throwing money at it, but they need bodies on the ground to be able to help make the necessary changes that we can. So obviously the headline: we are drowning. Pakistan floods push toxic lake over the edge. Heavy rain compounds decade-long environment catastrophic at the country's largest freshwater lake. So the help me with my words here.
Alabaksh Mala's village.
Thank you, Lee. Hey, we're learning. So the village was submerged by Lake Machar for the third time last week. What bad luck we had, 65-year-old fisher. When there's no water in the lake, we are starving. When there's plenty of water, we are drowning. Late last month, after weeks of heavy rain, Pakistan declared state of emergency. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, thank you, has described the rain as monsoon on steroids.
Monsoon on. Do you want me to read this one? So I read it.
A monsoon on steroids. Jesus, that's just. Yeah.
Sorry, Ed, you shouldn't be laughing.
Maybe I'm the one on steroids at the moment.
Do you want me to finish it? Do you want me to read it?
So I think I'll try one more time.
Right.
Earlier this month, satellite images showing 1/3 of the country had experienced severe flooding. The record monsoon rain and melting glaciers have brought floods affecting 33 million people and killing at least 1,314, including 458 children, said the Pakistan National Disaster Management Authority. As for the people living around the Lake Manchar, the largest freshwater lake in Pakistan, the monsoon has compounded an environmental catastrophe that has been breaking up their community for a decade. After years living with the lake that has been slowly disappearing, while also appearing to slip up with the pollution, the lake flooded and then burst its banks last week, submerging surrounding villages and leaving local residents stranded. Yeah, it's pretty bleak at the moment for Pakistan. It's a very sad state of affairs, and just see if what support is coming their way. I mean, I know there's obviously lots of money from the EU, America, UK, and lots of other nations are sending as much aid as they can to try and help them. But obviously, what they need is bodies right now. I'm not sure they're getting enough help. And obviously, this is not just obviously monsoons, just another monsoon for Pakistan. This is climate change. This is climate change, and this is happening. There have been countless facts and studies proving that climate change is a part of this, and these are the repercussions of this. And we all have a responsibility to do this. Now, it's all well and good for us saying that we're doing, for ordinary people to be doing their parts, but world leaders have got to step up to the plate right now, because it's just been far too long. It's all about just keeping the money towards the shell oil and gas companies and all that malarkey, and it's just, rather than thinking about our planet themselves. I mean, 458 children died. They didn't need to die. This didn't have to happen. This could have been avoided, and everyone knows this. Don't know what more to add on that. I mean, it's absolutely horrible. for so many children, so many people to have lost their lives over this.
And like you say, I think things are just going to get worse in terms of giving more and more stories like this coming up. Which well, the issue also is then it creates kind of well, it'll be like a flood of refugees worldwide from the hotter regions.
Yeah, so just to say, I'm sure everyone will agree with me. Our hearts go out to the people of Pakistan and everyone affected, and obviously, if in any way you could help out in any way, shape, or form, obviously, I'm sure there's certain charities or donations if you can contribute towards them. That'd obviously be greatly appreciated, of course. But
yeah, I was just looking if there's a link to one on the article.
Yeah, Lee will have a quick look, obviously, but obviously it's just climate change has affected this, and we know this, and cross fingers that they can recover from this, and be able to rebuild a much stronger bridge, stronger villages, because they need help right now. Not last week, not 2 weeks ago, not a month ago. They need it now, and the sooner they get it, the better.
Yeah.
Is there anything more we want to add?
No,
or...
I think I'll be honest with you. I haven't been on over this one, but yeah, what I've seen of it is pretty horrendous.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a shame.
Okay.
Shall we switch to something a bit more positive?
Yeah. We've done the miserable stuff now. Let's get on the positive.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah. So we've got two somber stories there, obviously, but we're going to go to something a bit more light-hearted. Is this the living tissue one we do?
Yeah. Hopefully we can get the sound on it. So if there's no sound, please let us know. But
okay.
Let's give it a whirl.
Right, so we'll let the video play first, and then we'll talk.
Technique
hopefully you guys can hear it from your end. Let us know in the comments if it doesn't play.
Finally, for the first time, addressing the problem that children have had, which is their valves and their implanted tissue don't grow along with them. And it's important for these kids to only have one operation, if at all possible. It's a lot on a family, it's a lot on a child to have one heart surgery, let alone to have multiple heart surgeries over a lifespan. Owen's operation went very well, and within just a few weeks was already out of the hospital at home with his family. Both of his valves, now 4.5 months after his operation, are growing. They're fully competent, they don't leak at all, and there's no indication that he's having any ill effects of having these living valves in place.
Yeah, lovely stories. The world's first living tissue partial heart transplant saves a newborn baby. Stories like these, you know, it's just such a fantastic thing to see, and don't really know what more to say. It's things like that. It's just so touching. And
sorry, bear me a second. The video wants to play on again.
Oh no,
okay.
That's not good. I mean, I'm sure the chat wouldn't mind hearing it again and again. But just from you know, once again, science. Once again, helping making this possible. You know, doctors, healthcare experts, constantly coming up with new and initiative ways to make lives better. And you know, let's hope the day comes where, you know, we have a much stronger cures for so many other diseases and that out there. But another step in the right direction. And newborn baby having the world at their feet now, thanks to this transplant. So. Very touching story there. Shall we go to the downright funny next, or
yeah, let's go on. We've got another one at the end that we can maybe after this one we can maybe touch on. Let's go for something a bit more
this one, you guys, you're gonna love this one. This one proper cracked me up. Yeah. This is typical British bollocks.
So. Liz Truss the king. So Liz Truss, the king has held the first of his weekly audience with Prime Minister Liz Truss at Buckingham Palace. Details of the meeting and what was discussed will, as always, remain private between the pair, which is great. You know, that's interesting. But the most important thing is this. It has to be this. Oh, and it's not going to play. Come on, play.
Oh, and he's got the circle of doom.
Oh no, he was playing before. No, it doesn't want to play. I might have too many things going on at the same time. No,
Lizzie, she's so thick that she can't even move.
Tell you what, let me just try something. Let's see if I refresh it, maybe you can get it to work.
Just give him a chance for these technical difficulties, but
I think I might have too many things going on at once on my computer. I'm trying to stream and watch and add Discord and streaming, and everybody else in the house is streaming at the same time, I think.
We could switch to I could switch to the mirror story if you wanted to while you're getting that doing.
Yeah, God, that's really annoying.
Oh dear.
The mirror story. Yeah, let's switch to the mirror story for the time being. So
yeah, this was the one I was actually talking about, guys. I wasn't actually talking about that.
Oh, right, okay. I haven't seen this one. I just kind of saw the headline.
So you'll love this one, guys. So this is brilliant. Oh,
is that the one?
Not the story.
That was not the
story. That was the wrong story.
I know which one was it? Which one was it?
It was the woman demanding refund.
Oh yes. Where is it? Oh yeah, I skipped over that one. Here we go.
You will like this one, I promise. Oh, this is brilliant. Typical British person. Oh, this is the headline. Brits flummoxed as woman demands a refund over a pie she thought was too large. That's right. She wanted a refund because her pie was too big. I kid you not. So, the woman who demanded a refund on her restaurant steak pie has left Brits baffled, as many struggle to understand her claim that her bill was too large. The woman's refund request was reported online by another pardon who was in the restaurant at the time. The overheard woman telling the waiter that she wasn't warned the steak pie would come with so much mash and veg. The woman demanded her money back, as it left people online in stitches, with many of them stating that there's simply no such thing as a pie that's too large, and insisting that even if she couldn't manage the whole thing, she could easily box it up and take it home with her.
That isn't the pie, that's a stock photo of the pie. Of a pie.
Let's
just leave it on the screen so I can see the pie. I just love pie.
Yeah, why not? So just one of the shared posts on Reddit. Right now I'm in a nice restaurant listening to a woman complain to the manager that her steak pie is too large and she wants a refund. She wasn't warned that the pie would come with so much mash and veg. It would just share her husband pie. Remove this pie! In the follow-up comments, the person who shared this post said the woman was very clear that she wouldn't be paying for the pie and therefore refused to take any of her meal home in a doggy bag. They added the lady with the
hyacinth bouquet
bucket outfit does not carry pie in a bag. Also, she would have to pay for it then, and she's absolutely not going to be paid for it. She's made that very clear indeed. I mean, like, what on earth is wrong with people these days? Like,
well, it's like there's the. I'm sorry, I don't understand this concept of any pie being too large. Chuck her a few quid and take the pie off her hands. There are insults to pies everywhere. It's true, yeah. Pies.
You know what the worst thing is, Lee? Like, she wouldn't be able to eat in America. Like, she'd be going to every place, every bar, every restaurant, and she'd just be kicking off, like saying, "This is too much. This is too much food. I can't take this. I'm not eating this. I'm walking out."
Maybe she thought it was like a little tiny pie, like a pucker pie, a little pucker pie.
That's true. That's right. Daily Blase just says the customer is always right.
The thing is, she basically brought it to her, and she went, "No, I don't want that. I'm just going to eat half my husband's and take it away." And it's like, well, you've ordered it now. You have to pay for it. Oh God, I don't know. She could have taken a doggy bag.
No, you can't have mine. I want mine.
Oh dear! Well, you never disrespect the pie.
Oh dear! Like, no, just absolute. these people these days, just you think we're snowflakes with our own show. You talk about a snowflake. That's a snowflake right there.
Right. Just because we've been going for quite a while now. We haven't. I mean, we started late, but we're getting towards the end, so I just want to crack on a little bit.
We'll jump right.
This was working now, so let's have a look at this. This is
Dizzy Lizzie then.
This is Liz Truss when she meets the king for the first time.
Oh.
This is the way she walks as well. But look at, oh my God, what what the hell is that?
Wait a minute, that's not a bow.
No, it's not a curtsy. It's supposed to be a curtsy. So what you're supposed to do is put one. Oh, wait. Oh, you put one foot behind the other, and you bend on your front knee.
You're supposed to, you're supposed to bend the knee and bow, all that stuff.
And then but she just kind of looks like she's just got. It's terrible. But the great thing is, obviously, being Britain and Twitter, Liz Truss's curtsy looks more like the reaction to suddenly and unexpectedly shitting yourself. Lots to think about this week, mainly how Liz Truss curtsies. Obviously.
Oh dear.
That's
you should have just played that clip really, Lee, over and over. That would have been better.
So, yeah. No, but there are some brilliant ones. Wait. This was one. Liz Truss curtsies like it's her first night in a gay club. Let's just have a little...
Didn't anyone forget to put oil in the Android? Like, you've got to keep keep it fluid. Oh, this is a nice one. I like that.
When Liz Truss does a curtsy, she looks like Liz, a girl from Elden Ring. Okay. And then Liz Truss curtsy.
Oh dear.
The scream. Yeah. Try and prevent the same video. So Theresa May got ridiculed for a very deep curtsy. Liz Truss, to try and prevent the same ridicule, did a purposely shallow curtsy, but it backfired. So you either go too far or not far enough. In between.
Can't win. Just can't win. Oh, God. People are so fussy these days, aren't they?
There's just something about that Liz Truss's curtsy that reminded me of low energy goth dancing.
You're just seeing it next to the guard next to him, for tilting his head really fast. It's just very funny. Just look at the guard next to him. He's on
just
the
like
head
proper,
side.
yeah. Liz Truss's curtsy reminds me of how I used to stand pretending to be sober in front of my dad when I was 14. Oh dear. Liz Truss's curtsy giving me major salad fingers vibes. Interesting. In the same way as Nicola Murray trying to practice her walk for Remembrance Day service in the thick of it. I haven't seen that, so...
Oh, she looks evil in that photo.
This is the best one.
Oh.
Parody Liz Truss. What am I? An effing joke to you people.
Well, it's on me head, son. Not off me head, son.
Yeah, definitely more header than courtesy. Liz Truss curse does make more sense with a football. Oh, that one didn't went tried to go off somewhere else. Oh no, that's not.
Oh, very, very good.
So yeah, lots of Mickey taking of Liz Truss's courtesy. Is that still playing?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. It's still got the football.
Oh, you're still playing. You're still playing stuff, are you?
The football's still like hitting ahead.
Shall we do one more story before we wrap things up? I know we are a bit over the time, obviously.
Do you want to do a story? I've got something funny. Or if you don't mind running a little bit late, we can do another story and then something funny after that.
I mean, do you want to...
Where have you gone?
Where's my camera? Oh, what's happened to my camera?
You've disappeared.
It's gone.
Right, I'll let you... We'll do... Because... There we go. You're coming back, I think.
They're trying to... Oh, no,
there you go.
You're
back.
I'm back.
I'm just trying to get rid of that football.
They tried to silence me. Okay, well, while Lee runs off for something.
Right, I'll go outside now. It stopped. We just Liz Truss was still heading the ball constantly.
Oh dear. That's gonna be going for a while, guys. Right. Anyway, Tiny Hedgehog. What's this about? A tiny hedgehog. Tiny Hedgehog goes camping, and the photos are the cutest things you'll see today. Help if hopefully Lee.
Yeah, sorry. I know I'm here.
Just so we can find the.
Meet Azuki. You may not know him, but this Japanese pygmy hedgehog is Insta-famous, boasting of 413,000 followers on the popular social media platform. Azuki can be described as a laid-back, and happy-go-lucky fellow. His Instagram pictures give us a clue into the things that he likes. You're back. You disappeared for a minute there. Apples, massages, hot baths, and I had to go on without you. Apples, massages, hot baths, and a peaceful indoor life with his human. All that spent under soft blankets, or the time spent with his sister Uni didn't seem as appealing as before. Even his big collection of miniature hats or his custom-built hedgehog nest couldn't satisfy what he's yearning for. A life of adventure. I'm guessing this picture is going to be... Oh, look how cute that is.
Oh,
that is
cute.
So cute. Mega cute. Let's have a look. Not a light bulb.
Cuteness over.
Up until recently, this adorable homebody got bitten by the travel bug. So Azuki bid goodbye to his old life and said hello to the outdoor living. Exciting times. With his tiny bags, he went on a camping adventure with his owner, and he couldn't be any happier. Azuki came prepared. He brought his own tiny tent, table, and chair set, a barbecue, and a kayak for his water escapades. So, here we go. You ready for this? Because I can't wait anymore. I can't read anymore. Look at that. Look at that tent. That is cool.
Oh, look at him.
And he's got a little truck thing there, full of wood.
Oh, good.
Branches been all set. My outdoor adventure begins. Food is served.
Oh, that is a proper way to have dinner. Oh, why am I going to eat on the floor? On a table.
How did he get his hedgehog to just sit there like that? Yeah, I'll just sit here, I'm fine.
What are you talking about? He sat there himself. What are you talking about? Nobody made him. He chose him. He set that all up by himself. What are you talking about, Lee?
Time to collect some firewood. There you go, his little truck collecting.
Look at him, he's on the works.
He's only got two front legs. Where's his back ones?
Don't you worry. He has a way of doing it.
Grilling up. There you go. Don't get too close to that barbecue. You're going to burn yourself. Burn your little hedgehog nose.
Be careful with that. But I think the next one is the best one. I think.
Nothing's better than lounging after a good meal burp.
The typical life. That is it there, people. Good.
And I think this one, kayaking away. Yes.
Yep.
There you go. Although somebody needs to tell...
Look at that face. That is the face of a fighting champion there. A kayak champion. Look at that.
Somebody needs to tell him he needs to kayak in water, though. Doesn't really go very far on leaves.
Oh, but maybe he was practicing before he actually went kayaking,
before he went in.
You know, getting his face on.
After this, I think I can say that I'm already a camping pro. Look at that.
Oh, look at that setup. What an absolute pro he is. Absolutely fantastic. Very
so it looks like Azuki had a great time. Surely Spencer won't be his last. So you better follow him on Instagram to keep up with his latest travels. So you probably
there you go, guys. Get on Instagram and keep in touch with Azuki for us. I'll definitely we'll definitely plug a link for that in the Discord server.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for his last one? This one is our funny one to end the stream.
Oh,
to finish the stream off before we finish. Right. You ready?
Let's do this.
Oh, hang on a second. Where the hell's it gone?
Has
it gone? No, yeah, well, watch this one. Oh no, there it is. It's come back on. It's come back on. Don't worry, we haven't lost it. Where's it gone though? There it is. Right. Okay. Here we go. Right. You ready then?
Oh.
Where's the sound?
Don't look at me too long, your eyes will start cooking. No, but seriously, I mean, I think I'll still be in demand. Well, if you ask me... Sorry, I swallowed a marble. If you ask me, we are all in hot water. You need hot water? Metaphorically speaking, you big oaf. Don't call me a big oaf, you dirty Hoover. Hoover is the brand name. I am a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, whatever. Hoover. I swear to God, you use the H word one more time, I will empty my bag all over you, you dirty bastard. Anyway, I'm the only one round here with Wi-Fi. Yes, but you're stuck to the wall like Terry Waite. I'm mobile, baby. How else will people reheat the leftover roadkill that they're forced to eat? People need clean clothes. Always will. Don't be so sure. I've hardly been used since 2020. You can't see creases on Zoom, can ya? And you can't smell piss. Is that true? I've never had a Zoom meeting. Hey guys, chill out. We are gonna be fine. It's okay for you, but I'm in trouble. Fruit and veg cost so much these days. I'm probably going to spend the last of my days in the dark recesses of some smelly cash converters. Cash converters wouldn't take you. Not after what you've been through. Well, what are you saying then? You'll end up at the tip. Oh no, not me. I'll blend myself into oblivion before that. I do not rule out people placing their icy buttocks on me this winter. Why would people use me when they can just dry their clothes on the radiator? Because nobody will have the heating on, you daft rotating bastard. People will always need toast. Yeah, but they could use me. I'm gas.
Dear.
Oh, shut up. You've always been jealous of me. You one side at a time, motherfucker. What's going on, guys? Oh my God, who woke him up? What year is it? Who's the president? Get back in your cupboard. What's going on? Nothing. I'm now a luxury item. Feel like a friggin' wine chiller here.
My cousin was a Travelodge kettle, and one time someone pissed in him.
And how in the name of Dyson is that bloody relevant? I am so fucked. You're fucked? I'm still in the box. Never been used. I peaked in the 90s, man. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's that?
Oh, God.
What's up? Shut up. I'm a milk frother. I froth milk. Yes, but what else do you do? Nothing really. You need to diversify, my friend. I'm going to become a sex toy. Oh, you don't want to do that, believe me. Nobody goes out anymore. I'm just sat here gathering dust. You could unblock me if you like. Oh, that sounds sexy. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. I have never been more popular. The humans are all addicted to caffeine and staring at their screens. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm worried because people can just use their hands, can't they? And I'm worried for the same reason. Everybody form a queue, jump in
Jesus
me, and I'll
Christ.
blend us all into the next life.
What's up?
Dear, oh dear. Oh, I've had it all today, people. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, that was Household Appliances Discuss the Fuel Crisis by Sam Avery. There's a link in the description for Sam Avery. He's very funny. He does.
And just before we go, before we decide to do a runner, I am just gonna quickly. Oh no, I better not do that. That would be very bad. I am just gonna put a quick plug in, guys, because before we go, I know we are running late, and we do apologise for that. Here we go. Hopefully I'll get this, and hopefully the link will work this time. So see the link I've just dropped in the live chat is the link here to our Discord server. Obviously, if the link does not work, you guys can always go to the actual main channel here on the Snowflake Show, and the link will be there. That will take you directly here to the Snowflake server, which is completely free and open for everybody to use as well, where we not only do we obviously talk about politics, but we also have the odd we obviously have funny news, we have positive news, we also have we also do on Saturday we do games nights, and we do the occasional movie night as well. So there's always something going on there, and it's completely free to join. There's no Patreon wall or anything like that whatsoever, and everybody's more than welcome to join us for it. And I will also be in the voice chat after the stream as well. I don't know if Lee is going to be able to join or not, but we'll be there if you guys want to have any discussions whatsoever. There's no link. That's all right, sharp ass. If the link is not working, just go to you could just go to the main channel under About, and there'll be the links to Discord straight there, guys. If you want to join us after the show.
Yeah. So just going back to the chat, just before we finish up. So Daily Blase says he puts National Lampoon to shame. I think he's talking about the hedgehog.
That hedgehog really
Ginger
did
Josh.
shine bright.
Yeah, says that looks like me when I go camping, except I don't yet have a kayak. Daily Blaze says really enjoyed tonight, guys. Top class. Thanks, Daily Blaze. It means a lot coming from
Blaze,
you. So,
appreciate it, mate.
yeah.
Let us know when you stream, yeah, so I can highlight it on the server as well. Let me know when you stream ahead of time, yeah.
Yeah, the link's no link. Cheers, lads. It's been a laugh tonight. Thanks. There's Lefty Boater. Cheers, Lefty Boater.
Thanks everybody
Thanks for
coming,
watching.
and thanks everybody for putting up with the technical difficulties. Let's hope next week we don't have this issue. Cross fingers anyway. But from myself and from Lee, thank you guys very much for watching. And again, if you can, obviously share, like, and hit the notification icon. Greatly appreciate it. Have a great week, whatever you guys are doing, and take care.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you next week.
No, everyone.
Bye.